Hey YouTube, Wes here checking in with my vinyl inbox for December 2016. Hope you're all doing well, having a great day or night whenever it is you're watching this. Hope you all had a happy holidays, Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Whatever it is, I hope you had a peaceful sort of end of the year, new year time period, time to reflect and look back. I'm sorry there were no videos last week, the week between Christmas and New Year's. I had plans to make some videos and just life got in the way. Got called into a second job I do on occasion, and also just, the holidays in general are hectic, so unfortunately I wasn't able to make any videos. But back to it. Hope working on getting back into a regular video making schedule here. So today we're going to do my vinyl inbox for December, or I guess I should say music related inbox, since I talk about other things occasionally. First thing I want to talk about is I picked up a digital audio player. Picked up the FiiO X1 Mark II, or version 2. Sort of FiiO's entry level to a higher end digital music player. Plays up to 192K 24-bit audio files, FLAC, and all that kind of stuff. I want to try to do some more sort of pre-listening to things. I want to be able to be buying less vinyl that I don't like. I'm working on going back through all of my vinyl inbox videos for last year, to try to work on a best of 2016 video, watching, and there's some things I bought that I regret buying that maybe if I would have listened to first I wouldn't have bought. So I thought I'd pick this up so where I can download things and try them out before I buy them, so to speak. And this has a really nice sound, really nice DAC in here, a really nice amplifier in here. Sounds very good. Certainly not the highest end kind of thing you can buy, but definitely far better than an iPod or an iPhone or anything like that. Just a really nice quality digital audio player. So picked that up, added that to my arsenal, been enjoying using that so far. Sounds awesome, and yeah, enjoying using that to listen to some new things that I've been trying out. I do have one CD I picked up this month that wanted to share with you. I've seen this a lot in the VC recently. A lot of people have been talking about it, and that is the new album by Metallica, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Did not pick this up on vinyl, but decided to pick it up on CD, pretty reasonably priced on CD, and grabbed it. Yeah, I'm not feeling this at all. It's just not. It's not what I'm looking for in Metallica. There are no slow songs on here. There are no instrumentals on here. I'm one of those Metallica fans. I like, One and Nothing Else Matters and Orion and those kind of songs. I like the slower and more instrumental kind of songs, and there is none of that at all on this album. It is all straight in your face, heavy metal kind of stuff, or metal music. So yeah. 2 CD set, kind of weird. It barely is enough to make it where it needs to be on 2 CDs, so it's kind of an odd album in that respect. But checked out the new Metallica. It's okay. If the songs come on in the background, I won't be upset or change it, but it's not an album I'm going to be going to. A couple of music related Christmas gifts I got. First one I got here is the documentary series titled Soundbreaking. I know a lot of people have been watching this in the VC. Really awesome documentary series done by George Martin. Stories from the cutting edge of recorded music. Really cool series. I've been really enjoying it, and almost finished with this, but a really cool series. So if you haven't checked out Soundbreaking, check it out. I think it's available for streaming somewhere now, maybe on Hulu. Not exactly sure where, but I'm sure you can find it. Definitely check out the trailer for it, and yeah, just a really cool documentary series, and really interesting stuff. So glad I got that. That was a Christmas gift for my parents. And then a vinyl related, or a piece of vinyl Christmas present from my partner. This was something I bought on CD. I wasn't going to pay what it costs to buy on vinyl. It's sort of one of those perfect Christmas gifts, something I wanted, but not necessarily something I would buy for myself. So that is the soundtrack to Hamilton. Yeah, I have this on vinyl now, which is just awesome. Yeah, you know, really, really cool musical. Don't think I'll ever get the chance to see it. I know they're going to be touring it around the country, but yeah, geez, I know those tickets are going to be just crazy expensive. So I don't know. I have to think about it hard, but I probably won't pay the money it costs to go see this. But it's cool to have the soundtrack, and I love listening to it. It's just sort of awesome in how it dives into history, and then you get the hip hop aspect of it, and it's just really well written, and I'm really enjoying listening to it. Nice 12-inch, nice full size lyric booklet. Get the same thing in the CD version of the set, but it's nice to have that. And I won't pull all these out of here. I'll just pull one out, but they are all individually sleeved, 4 LPs. Atlantic Records. Not exactly sure where this was pressed at, but they did a good job with it. It's really nicely done. Yeah, definitely pleased with the quality on this. Sounds great. Hamilton musical soundtrack on vinyl, killer. Awesome Christmas present. Glad to have gotten that. All right, next thing I have to talk about is a stack of 10 LPs from Goodwill I found right before Christmas. They're still doing their 10 for $2 at the Goodwills here in town, and they put out some new stuff at one of the Goodwills, so I grabbed a stack of 10 here. So let's go ahead and quickly flip through these. First one I got here is an album by Jose Feliciano titled El Fantastico. Has sort of a pop psych looking cover on here, but this is pretty typical Jose Feliciano type stuff. Sounds nice, was an enjoyable listen. Next up is one I showed in my Christmas Vinyl Survivor series, the Holiday Souvenirs by the Crossroads Singers. That was in this batch of 10 I found at Goodwill. Got a Sheffield's Lab recording here. This is Thelma Houston and Pressure Cooker. I've Got the Music in Me. If you're not familiar with Sheffield Labs, they were an audiophile label. They did direct-to-disc recording, so they would, go into a recording studio and start cutting the master disc and record a session. And if they messed up, they had to start over. That's kind of a neat find. I know Mike found a Sheffield Lab disc in that same Goodwill around the same time as well. Really nice liner notes on this one. So yeah, just a really nice audiophile, sort of jazzy kind of thing here. Here is sort of a cheesecake kind of thing here. Conjunto Cristal, a Miami en coche, el son de la madruga. This is some Cuban music recorded in Miami. Yeah, just crazy, silly cover. Couldn't leave that one behind. Just had to hear it. It'd be on Paul's Recorded Oddities channel, maybe. Next up, found a Frank Sinatra collection here. This is Frank Sinatra Trilogy, Past, Present, and Future, 3 LP set. A nice sort of foil cover there. Pretty nice. Yeah. A custom reprise label. I think this was released in 1980. Yes, 1980 is the date on that. One that you see in every thrift store, one that I've never actually picked up. I know there's a lot of hip-hop samples on this, and I finally just went ahead and grabbed it. This one's still mostly in shrink, and that's Herb Alpert's Rise. Thought I would finally grab a copy of this. Album by the Chieftains here, just titled 8. 1979 is the date. A copy of Gordon Lightfoot's Summertime Dream, still in shrink. Probably his best-selling album. It has the Wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald on it. I got a comedy album here, An Evening Wasted with Tom Lehrer. Tricolor Steamboat reprise label, mono. And the last of the stack of 10 from Goodwill. We have Miguel Brown with Symphony of Love. I believe this is probably going to be disco, but just curiosity got the best of me. So for 20 cents, I grabbed it. Okay, so moving on to some newer pickups. The one new release that I picked up in December, I believe this actually came out in October, but something I've been listening to on my new digital player. Really been digging this album. Sadly, he just passed away recently, and that is the final album by Leonard Cohen, You Want It Darker. Yeah, just an incredible album. Again, heart-wrenching. Somebody who knows he's dying, he knows this is the end. Just making an album about death and dying and being at the end of your life, and it's a tough listen, but an amazing album. Probably going to be in my best of 2016. I don't know if I'm going to do a top 10 and have some extra honorable mentions or top 15. I don't know how that's going to work, but yeah, this is definitely high on my list of 2016 albums. Just heart-wrenchingly beautiful and emotional, and just a journey, and a killer album. So if you haven't checked out this album, definitely highly recommend you check it out. Nice inner sleeve with lyrics and liner notes, and this is pressed at RTI, so it sounds as good as you want it to sound. Very quality piece of vinyl here. Just a nice 180 gram black vinyl pressing, RTI, nice and quiet and flat, and great sounding record. So Leonard Cohen's You Want It Darker. Next up, I'll talk about the Vinyl Me Please album of the month. Pretty cool one this month. That is Nina Simone Sings the Blues. Awesome reissue of this classic album from 1967. So it's its 50th anniversary. Great album to end the year on. Again, even though it's a 50-year-old album, a lot of the themes on here are still themes we're challenged with today politically, and just can't say enough good things about this. This is a really awesome album, and they really did a great job reissuing this. They went through all these photos to find, because they would normally have a photographer on staff to sort of photograph and capture the recording sessions, and so they had all these photos to dig through, and went into the archives and pulled some out that are just really cool from the recording session of this album. Really nice book with lyrics and liner notes and more photos, and just, as I said, beautifully done. The art print of the month is done by Milana Bass, and that's a nice portrait of Nina Simone there. They pressed it on this baby blue vinyl. Very nice piece of vinyl, nice looking piece of vinyl. So yeah, the album of the month for December, Nina Simone Sings the Blues. Really cool release, really glad to get it. And if you want to get into Vinyl Me Please yourself, start a subscription. I do recommend it. It's a good service. I'll have a referral link down in the show notes below. That helps me out, lets them know I sent you. So I thank you for anyone who chooses to use my referral link. I will appreciate it greatly. Next thing I have here is the album of the month from Feedbands. Feedbands is another record of the month subscription service where they feature a new upcoming artist, an unsigned artist, and they press a record by that artist each month. And the record of the month for December was Find Your Own Way by Dynamo. They're kind of a mixture of sort of jazz and funk and soul kind of thing, kind of a little bit all over the place, but a really good listen. Definitely like that. Insert here with some lyrics on it, more artwork. And then they generally do a colored pressing of Feedbands, and this month it is on a nice deep red vinyl. Let's Find Your Way by Dynamo from Feedbands. I'll put a link down to Feedbands as well, just in case you want to check that out. They have a system where every day they post an artist and a track from that artist, and you vote up or down whether you like it or not. And I think at the end of the month, whatever gets the most votes, the most upvotes, is the one that's chosen to be pressed on vinyl. So it's a cool sort of crowd-sourced selection process of the album of the month from Feedbands. Really cool. So it's a really cool way for you to discover unsigned artists and get some vinyl pressed by them. Okay, got a couple of used pressings from local record stores that I picked up over the month. First thing I have here is an album I Picked up digitally when it came out. I always wanted to get it on vinyl, but never got around to getting it. And finally saw it used in a store here locally and had to grab it. And that is the album Fragrant World by Yesayer. Yeah, really nice sort of dreamy pop kind of stuff here. Dreamy pop rock kind of stuff. Really cool. Really enjoyed this one. This is on the Secretly Canadian Records label. Really nice Stoughton jacket. This is put into a 2 LP set. Nice heavy cardboard Stoughton jacket, as I said. Nice glossy cover. Really displays that artwork nicely. And this is just the black vinyl pressing. I believe there was a colored version of this available, but this is just the plain black vinyl version. So yeah, glad to finally be able to add this to my physical media collection, and something I've been listening to for a while and really enjoyed, and glad to pick that up for a really good price. Next up is another used album, but it's actually a 2016 release, so technically I guess it's new, but a group I hadn't really listened to before, and saw this album and was really taken in by the cover. Really liked the cover on this one, so decided to pick it up. Got it for a good price used, and that is the new album by Wild Nothing titled Life of Pause. Wild Nothing are an indie rock group. Again, really nice sound. Really digging their sound quite a bit. And has this lenticular 3D cover on the front, full cover. I don't know if that depth is coming through on camera, but just a killer cover to look at. I love 3D stuff in general, 3D photography and stuff, so that really drew me in. Just the overall aesthetic of the album is pretty cool, like that. There's the back cover, and then on the inner sleeve they got some lyrics for you. It's pressed on a nice white vinyl. That's Wild Nothing's Life of Pause, a 2016 release, but something I found in the used bin, so that was a cool pickup. All right, next up we got some pickups from the antique malls. As I said, normally between Christmas and New Year's we go and do some antique mall shopping in the area and hit up 2 different antique malls. Got a couple here from the antique mall in Lake City. First thing I got here is the Osmonds Crazy Horses. This is the Osmonds psychedelic album. It's slightly psychedelic. Something I just wanted to hear. I've heard people in the VC talk about this in the past. So yeah, it was cool to finally find this and find it for a few bucks. So went ahead and grabbed it. The gatefold with lyrics on it. This was right around the time Donnie was going through puberty, I guess. So they were sort of looking for something different to do, and some of the others filled in on vocals. And yeah, just did something different. So yeah, cool, sort of interesting piece from the Osmonds. And you know, normally don't pick up Osmonds albums, but this is a one to look out for and one to check out, and a fun listen for if you can find it for a few bucks. And added another Bee Gees album. Haven't had the chance to listen to this yet, but this is their album 2 Years On. 1971 is the date on this one, so early Bee Gees album. I look forward to hearing this. I believe that's the first one with the original members recorded after Odessa. So after Odessa happened, they split up for a while, and then this is the first album recorded after that with the original members. And the last one from the Lake City Antique Mall, picked up another Ramsey Lewis Trio album. This is The In Crowd by Ramsey Lewis Trio on the Cadet Records label, as usual with Ramsey Lewis. Seem to find a lot of his albums recently, I don't know, but and then I got one pickup here from the Micanopy Antique Mall. Add another one to the Neil Young collection from there, and this is Neil Young's album Comes a Time. 78 I think is the date. Yeah, 78 is the date on this one. Just one I didn't have, and there was a discount on it. On the booth was having a sale, so this was about $4 I paid for it. So pretty good price for this album, and it's one I didn't have, so nice to add this one to the Neil Young collection. And then I picked up, last here to talk about, I picked up 2 albums from Pop Market. They were having a clearance sale basically LPs were $10 and the shipping was free, even though it wasn't supposed to be free. They didn't say anything about free shipping. I didn't pay anything for shipping, so got 2 albums for 20 bucks. First one I got here is something I bought on CD when it came out. Never got around to getting the vinyl, but another album I've enjoyed listening to and wanted to have on vinyl, and that's Cat Power's Sun. 2013, I believe, was the release on 2012. I'm sorry, 2012 was a release on this one. Coming out shortly after we moved into the last house, and dug having this one, so it's cool to be able to pick this up on vinyl for 10 bucks. Nice 2 LP set. So that is a nice pickup. And the other album I picked up from their sale was, I think this was 2013. Yeah, this one was 2013. It's the album by Steve Martin and Edie Brickell, titled Love Has Come For You. Really cool, sort of Americana bluegrass type thing. Of course, also features the Steep Canyon Rangers, which are Steve Martin's backing band when he does bluegrass typically. And a really nice gatefold on this one with lyrics in it. And this is pressed at RTI in the beautiful pink plastic sleeve there. So sounds incredible. Really, really well done. Really nice piece of vinyl, and yeah, really cool pickup. So those were my pickups from December 2016. Cool way to end the year. Hope you all had a great year. Stay tuned for my best of 2016. I'm still working on that, working on putting that together, working on sort of narrowing that down a bit. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a great day, a great night, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers.